What up YouTube? How are we feeling today? Hope you're doing great, hope you're doing fantastic. Back with another Division 2 video and back with another banger of a build using the Dark Winter. Yes guys, this is a named SMG, this is a Dark Zone exclusive SMG, but we can pick it up this week in the vendor reset. So definitely go farm your DZ creds, or if you have the DZ creds, definitely pick them up guys. This is a monster of an SMG. And especially with this build, like you see in the background with the gameplay, this just shreds through everything. I'm using the foam next to that to trap the enemies, staying in one spot and just easy claps, take them out. And of course, this Dark Winter has a big boost in damage output. And yes, we are using spotter with it. This is one of the only SMGs, or one of the few SMGs that has that long rail barrel on there. So yes, you can use your linked laser pointer with, of course, a technician specialization. This is so much fun to play with, and you can just shred through everything, almost hitting up to that 1 million crits. And yes, without even any boost from countdown. As you can see in the gameplay in the background, we're not having some boosts active. We don't have the long range boost active, and we don't have the close range boost active. But I just wanted to showcase this build without any passive boost from countdown. So without any passive boosts, you can still hit to that 1 million a crit shot. And this is so much fun to play with guys. This is a banger of a build, and you definitely need to try this out. Maxed out on everything, critical hit chance, critical hit damage all the way up there, and through the Dark Winter, boosting our critical hit damage even more. Man, this is a freaking beast. Definitely go try it out. But enough intro, let's dive into some more gameplay. Enjoy! And like always, every single build video, we will start with our specialization, and we are using the technician. Why are we using a technician on an SMG build? Because the Dark Winter that we are using for our primary gun has a long underbarrel, so we can use the linked laser pointer. Yes, running around with that perfect spotter as well, so you're just shredding through enemies. You only have to aim at the enemy to get it to pulsed, and then of course your chest kicks in and you will do an insane amount of damage. Next to that, of course, we have an extra skill tier with this. We're doing an extra 12% damage to drones, skill proxies, and robotics. And our armor kit also applies to all the friendly skill proxies within 10 meters. So this is why we are using the technician, and especially with this Dark Winter, this linked laser pointer comes in clutch. And then over to the skills guys, I'm using a revive hive of course because we stay alive. This is a full red build, so there is a chance that you get taken out. And then of course a revive hive is very useful. I have 10% reviver armor repair, 5% range and 10% health. all maxed out on the mods. Next to that, we are using the chem launcher with the riot foam. Why the riot foam? Because we want to trap the enemies and then you can just one clip every single enemy, and it is a lot of fun and very, very useful, and very useful to keep all our procs alive on our build. I'm using the 9.8% in share duration and 1 extra ammo, and because of course we are using the technician specialization, we get up to 3 different pellets. So we get 3 ammo for our chem launcher, and this helps out a lot. And of course, starting with my dark winner, this is what it's all about on this build. This DZ exclusive gun, this named SMG is just a straight up beast. A total damage 103.5k, an RPM of 1200, so you can just put out so many bullets. It's crazy, and of course everything is god rolled with damage to target out of cover on there as the attribute, as that is one of the best, all not the best attribute to go for on your guns. And of course we have the talent Perfect Killer on there. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants you 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds, boosting this build up even higher to the close of 230% critical hit damage and close to the cap of critical hit chance. So the critical hits will almost always be there, and then of course when you take somebody out you get an extra 50% critical hit damage boost. And that is just insane. And that's why we can reach that 1 million crit shots. I chose for critical hit damage mod, a critical hit chance mod, of course a 20 extra round, and then the linked laser pointer on there. For my secondary, I'm using the Lady Death. It's still a very nice gun to run around with. I would love to run around with double Dark Winters, for example. But the Lady Death is a very nice gun as well. I have it on 13% extra weapon damage, so the expertise of 13%. And then of course, why is this so nice? Because it comes with a Breathe 3 talent. If you stacked up everything, every single bullet will give out a 75% amplified damage. And this is just crazy. But overall, mostly we are using the Dark Winner. This is so much fun to play with. And then over to my handgun, I'm just using the Orbit. This is a DZ exclusive as well, but again I needed to push it to that proficiency rank of 10. I just use every single handgun that I just don't have proficient yet, or is a DZ exclusive, for example, so you cannot really farm for it, or at least not in countdown or in PvE. So I just use this to get it up to that proficiency rank. You can use whatever pistol you like. And then starting with the build, like I said, this is a full red build. Everything on this build is maxed out and you can hit so freaking hard. I went for critical hit damage, headshot damage, and then a critical hit damage mod, and of course the maxed out weapon damage. Why Sokolov? Because we're running around with an SMG and I'm running around with 2 pieces of Sokolov. So the first piece will give us 10% SMG damage because we're running around with the Dark Winner, and an extra 15% critical hit damage. This definitely helps out boost your damage output. Then for my secondary Sokolov, I'm using the holster, again maxed out, 12% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and of course that maxed out weapon damage. And this is the second piece, so we activate that 15% critical hit damage. And then over to my gloves, of course we are using the best in slot, the contractor gloves. Why? 8% damage to armor. This is multiplicative damage, so this does a lot for your build. Again, roll some critical hit damage on there, and of course we have that maxed out weapon damage. Then for the knee pads, of course, again the best in slot, going for the Fox's Sprayer. Why? The 8% damage to target out of cover. Again, multiplicative damage, and again this does a lot for your build, especially with that high damage output. Again, maxed out, 12% critical hit damage, 15% weapon damage on there. And then for my backpack, I chose to go for a Gruppo backpack. Why the Gruppo backpack? Because this gives us another 15% critical hit damage. Next to that, everything is god rolled, 15% weapon damage, critical hit chance on there. And then, of course, a maxed out mod of critical hit damage as well. Then over to the talent, we are using Vigilance on this build, increase the total weapon damage by 25%. But like we all know, taking damage disabled this buff for 4 seconds. And that's why we are using the foam. Just run up to the enemies, foam on the ground, make sure they are trapped and they are not aggroing you because they are trapped within the foam. They're only focused on the foam so you can take them down easy, and Vigilance will always be procced. If we're running around in countdown like most of y'all are doing, a lot of team boosts are active as well. So for example, if somebody used Protector to get that extra bonus armor in, that extra 50% bonus armor, then you will always have Vigilance active. Like we talked about a few weeks ago, Vigilance will always be active when your bonus armor gets hit. The Vigilance only goes away when your normal armor gets hit. So if you have bonus armor, you are so freaking strong because Vigilance will stay active until that bonus armor is away and you get hit on your normal armor. And then jumping over to my last piece, and this is a piece that I'm very, very proud of, a full red closer chest. Yes guys, I found it with critical hit damage maxed out already on there, so I had the opportunity to increase that critical hit chance, added a 12% critical hit damage mod on there, and because I found it with critical hit chance and critical hit damage already on there, this gave me the opportunity to roll that armor core away for some weapon damage. And then we have this beauty. I know a lot of y'all are still looking for it, and definitely go farm for it because this gives you an insane amount of damage output. Because of course this is the named piece of the new brand set Usina Getica, and this comes with Perfect Spotter, increasing your total weapon and skill damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. And because the Dark Winner has that long underrail, we can of course use the link laser pointer, so for every enemy that we just aim at, they already are pulsed, the Perfect Spotter kicks in and you're getting an extra 20% damage output. This does so much for you, and it is very, very dope to run around with an SMG that has spotter active. And of course then the linked laser pointer. So yeah guys, this is the overview of my build. 2 pieces of Sokolov of course for the SMG damage and the critical hit damage. Then of course the 2 best in slot pieces, the Fox's Sprayers and the Contractor's Gloves. The backpack for Gruppo, of course, for that extra critical hit damage. And then the full red closer for that perfect spotter. So yeah guys, this is mainly my build. This is a lot of fun to play with. You can just run and gun and just shred through everybody. So let's have a look at the stats. We have 54% critical hit chance and 188% critical hit damage. But this is without the boost of the Dark Winner. So we can get up to that 238% critical hit damage, guys. Yes, 238%. Next to that, of course, that 55% critical hit chance. Like I always say, make sure to build towards that 50 to 55% critical hit chance before you're gonna stack into critical hit damage, because this is very, very important. And of course, like you saw on a build, I have 1 extra headshot because I don't really need that extra 6%. The 60% critical hit chance is very nice, but I'm good with that 54%. So that's why my headshot is 10% higher than probably your own build. But yeah guys, this is pretty much the build. This shreds through everything, almost maxed out critical hit chance, up to the 238% critical hit damage. Man, this is just a straight up beast. But that's pretty much it guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this build. What would you change around this build? Because man, this is so much fun, but I would love to hear what you would change, or what are you running with the Dark Winner? definitely go grab this Dark Winter. This is a great SMG. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course the notification bell. PurePrime out.